Hey, so this is a completely unplanned video, completely. Now, what I have here is the Galaxy S21 Pixel 6, and the iPhone 12 Pro. Now, I know, guys, I do not have the iPhone 13 Pro or the 13 series. I've been using my friends for a lot of my testing, and I'm not with him every day, so today I could not use his for this testing. I know you guys love the latest and greatest, but to be fair, Apple camera system really doesn't change much. So you can still get the great shots from this phone and the new one, whatever. But anyways, to the point that I'm trying to make today. Today, I grabbed my AirPods Max, I grabbed my iPhone, I walked out the house and was like, hey, I'm going to go take some pictures with my iPhone, and that's what I went to go do. Then I got to a point where I stopped at this tree, and I was checking the dynamic range. First shot I did was a shot that I did the Pixel, because a lot of iPhone users were really upset. I don't know how, but they were really upset about a picture that I took on the Pixel and said, this is a nice shot, HDR shot from the Pixel. And they got all upset because I was talking about the Pixel, I guess, not their iPhone. But I don't get the psychologically. I don't. Am I saying that right? Correct me. I don't get that. So I went out and replicated the shot and got it with the iPhone, which we all know that you can get that shot with any phone today, right? But that wasn't the point. It was just, hey, here's a Pixel shot. Everybody else is sharing their Pixel shots online. Why can't I, without resistance of somebody jumping up there getting mad that is not their particular device? It's just mind-boggling to me. But I went out there to do that. I will show y'all that shot, by the way, and the Pixel one too as well. But with that being said, I was out there taking pictures with the iPhone today, just chilling, blah, 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 blah. Have a nice little walk, stroll, and listen to my music. My AirPods Max, my favorite headphones to this date. Yep, better than my Sony's. Anyways, it's not about that. So I got to a tree, and I put the headphones into a tree. And then I started to, now I tried to take a picture of the headphones, the AirPods Max, and capture the skyline. It's around golden hour around here where I'm at now. And I was trying to capture that beautiful sunset background, right? But every time, the iPhone just would not grab it. It would not. I tapped the background, it focused on it. Then I lost the headphones. Then I tapped on the headphones, and I lost the background. Then I just I closed the app completely, opened the app back up, and just pointed at the headphones right there where I wanted to shoot. And I was hoping that the HDR would just kick in on its own. It would not kick in. I held down the exposure button. I held down the auto lock exposure, and then I started changing it. Obviously, it started changing whatever I locked onto, obviously, right? So the headphones is the subject, so I needed that to be in focus, and I locked onto that, and I slid the slider, and it just made the headphones brighter or darker. Background still gone. Then I did the same thing. I locked onto the background, tried to adjust it. The HDR looked good, but the headphones went dark, and then on top of that, the headphones was out of focus. So the whole point was trying to capture the headphones in that beautiful sunset at the same exact time. It was hard to achieve. So then I was just like, let me go back in the house and grab my other two phones and see can they do it too, right? So surprisingly, only one of these phones captured that, and it was the Pixel. The Pixel actually was able to capture the headphones and the background. Even the Samsung phone couldn't do it. Now, granted, I can throw both of these into a pro mode. Well, do this have pro mode? Hell no. I can throw this into pro mode and get that shot that I want for sure. But I did shoot in RAW with this phone, and I'm going to edit that, and it's going to be in this video. I'm going to edit that and see if I can bring that shot to life. So I did shoot the headphones and focus on that, and the background is overexposed, but it's in RAW file. So I'm going to see if I can bring back those highlights and get that sunset to get that shot that I wanted. But the iPhone couldn't do it. The Galaxy couldn't do it, but the Pixel did. But it didn't do it where it was like what I wanted. If I had my real camera would have blew all these away, obviously, right? But The Pixel gave me some of that back. You'll see it in the photo. It gave me some of that back, but this couldn't do it and this couldn't do it. So I was just really shocked and surprised. But you know, the point of this is that the HDR on iPhones is very inconsistent, and also did a little video clip showing you when you tap the focus, it just doesn't, it prioritizes whatever you're tapping. Okay, so I don't want nobody to think that I'm lying, right, when I'm doing this shot. So here it is right here. I'm going to hit a tap the focus and boom. This is what happens with the iPhone. But if I pull it down and I just put it back up, everything is in focus. But if I want like a subject, like I want this to be sharp and I want to make sure that's sharp as possible, that's what it does. Blows it right on out. So I don't want anybody to think that I'm cheating or anything. This is the iPhone 12 Pro, by the way. So there it is. I can get the shot. Boom. Looks good. But if I tap the focus, boom. All right, hang on real quick. Ah, shit, I just put my junk down on concrete. This is the S21U. It's a big phone. Sorry, y'all. If I tap the focus, still HDR kicked in. Still there. Trying to get this in one hand. It's a big ass phone. There we go. Yeah, so it's still there. All right, hold on. Let me stop this recording. I'm on the Pixel. Okay, so here is the Pixel. And same thing. I tap the wheel. If I could get it. Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying. Tap the wheel. Oh, come on, come on. Sorry, y'all. Where's the focus thing? Oh, there it is. Tap the wheel. Car gets in focus. And it's brighter. And HDR is still there. Tap the sky. HDR gets a little bit better. Tap the wheel. HDR kind of still there, blah, blah, blah. But you can use these sliders to adjust the light in the background if you wanted to. I can't do it because I'm trying to record and talk. But I just wanted y'all to see this live because I don't want nobody to think that I'm cheating or whatever because I'm testing, you know, these three phones or whatever, HDR, you know, just for the kicks. So here you go. That, yes, is supposed to happen. So because, like, if you want a subject sharp, yes, that's what you want to be sharp. But at the same time, it gets rid of everything else. It just doesn't care about everything else. Now, that type of inconsistency is really bad for me when it comes to photography. Now, granted, when I took this phone and I just pointed at the sky or pointed at everything, it did a good job. But a lot of the times when you have a subject that you just kind of like want to tap, it just loses the background completely. And I did the same thing with this phone, and I did the same thing with this phone. And you'll see in this video that they both maintained the background, while this one just said, fuck the background. I'm gonna make this subject sharp as fuck, look good, but everything else doesn't matter. That's what happened. Now, this is very consistent on the iPhone 13 Pro that I be playing with all the time with my friend. This also happened on every other iPhone that I ever used. I always found ways around it to get the HDR look that I want with this phone or whatever. So, well, not just this one, but all my iPhones or whatever, because I kind of know how to make adjustments. But today I was defeated as a photographer. I could not get that shot. No matter what I tried to do, I could not get that shot. It just would not focus on that background or give me the HDR that I needed. I was honestly defeated today. And that's cool, you know. But with that being said, you still can get amazing photos out of this and this and this, despite of the shortcomings. But that's what we get with these phone cameras. We get shortcomings. You know, there's not one that's best at everything. As you can see, this camera system is probably the best this year, but it also fell short there. Granted, I'm using auto mode. Okay, so if a person who don't know what they're doing and they're trying to capture that, they will have a hard time trying to capture that. I could have probably threw this in pro mode, like I said, and got it. I shot PNG. I shot in RAW, which is a DNG file off the iPhone. So I'm going to try to fix that. And I also didn't shoot RAW in this one because but I was like, blah. But this whole conversation is about this phone today because this is the phone that I went out to go shoot with. I didn't really care about these ones. But after not getting that shot, I was curious to see if any of these other ones will handle the HDR better. So yeah, so that is that. I did a live video, shot a video clip, so I'm gonna let y'all see because people like to be like, well, you doing that and then blah, blah, blah. You know, there will be people defending, you know, their phones because that's how people are. But I'm just gonna sit there and say I don't give a I don't care. I'm not gonna curse either. I just don't care how much you gonna defend your phone. It doesn't bother me. All of these phones take great pictures to me, and I love all of these camera systems. Period. At first, I didn't like this one. I loved this one first, then this one, and this one. But now this one is, I underestimated this one. I think this one might be my number 2, and this might be my number 3. But Pixels has always been my number 1. I just love their processing better, and I hated Samsung's processing. It was just terrible to me. And iPhone's processing always been like second to me, only because sometimes in daytime you can see grain in shots. A lot of people don't even know what that is or can see it. And on top of the grain, everything's always like warm and yellow. Every scene doesn't need to be warm and yellow, but sometimes when it is warm and yellow or orange or whatever, it looks good, but I don't want everything warm. So sometimes I want it as I see it or close to as I see it, not warmed up. The Pixel does a good job at shooting as I see it, but their contrast be pumped up like crazy. And Samsung has this thing with making pictures look like paintings and muddy and over sharpened and stuff like that. But they hit on like dynamic range and a lot of other things. You know, it's just all of these systems have their shortcomings, but I love them. Anyways, guys, that's it. I'm gonna post this. Yeah, well, you're watching it. All right, peace out. Devon Digital out.